Good morning, students. So, how are you all? Okay. So, as we know that chapter climate is going on, and in this chapter we already discussed some topics, and earlier we discussed the elements of climatic control like latitude and the altitude, and the another factor or the element is atmospheric pressure. So, today we are going to learn something about atmospheric pressure and the winds. Okay, so I have a question to you. What is atmospheric pressure, or what do you mean by the atmospheric pressure? Can you give the answer of this question? Okay, no issues. So, like any other matter, air too has weight. Okay, and the atmosphere exerts its weight as pressure on the earth's surface. So, this is called atmospheric pressure. Clear? The weight of an air column standing over 1 square centimeter area of the earth and is more than 1 kilogram. The weight of the air column is maximum at the mean sea level also. So the atmospheric pressure is measured with the help of an instrument called barometer. So this is the instrument we use for the measuring the atmospheric pressure. So the normal atmospheric pressure at sea level is about 76 centimeter of the mercury column in the barometer, and millibar is the unit for measuring atmospheric pressure also. So the height of 3 mm of mercury column in the barometer shows 4 mb of air pressure. Now come to the another thing. The atmospheric pressure varies from place to place and from time to time. The variations in the atmospheric pressure is due to the temperature of the air, density of the air, and height of a place above the sea level, and amount of moisture present in the air. So the air which rests on the earth's surface expands on being heated and becomes light, and it rises upward and creates an area of low pressure. We can understand this with the diagram also. See, this is the circulation of air. Now you can understand by the diagram also the air which rests on the earth's surface. Okay, just a minute. Imagine this is the earth's surface. Okay, so the air which rests on the earth's surface expands on being heated, okay, and becomes light, and it rises upwards and create an area of low pressure. Clear? Area of low pressure. And in contrast, if we can see it, so the cold air contracts, becomes heavy and settles down again on the sea level. So this creates an area of high pressure. So this is the area of low pressure, and this is the area of high pressure. So air moves from a region of high pressure to a region of low pressure area, just like this. Okay, good. Understand? Very nice. So the weight of the atmospheric pressure on our body is several tons, but we are rarely aware of it because we are habitual. So this is because while air presses our body from all sides, so our body also exerts counter pressure to balance it. The tendency of the atmospheric pressure is that it decreases with an increase in temperature. Okay, and it decreases with an increase in altitude. Moist air exerts less pressure than dry air, and the earth's rotation modifies its distribution also. Okay, let's come to the diagram, then we can understand it properly. Now see this diagram. This is a sea level. Okay, this is a sea level and this is a mountain area. Clear? So it decreases with an increase in temperature. अगर टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होगा तो प्रेशर क्या होगा? डिक्रीज होगा. क्यों? अब भी जस्ट मैंने आपको बताया. सी, टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होगा तो प्रेशर डिक्रीज होगा, लो प्रेशर एरिया बनेगा. ओके, एंड if we will talk about the एल्टीट्यूड, है ना. अब इफ़ यू विल टॉक अबाउट द एल्टीट्यूड, अगर हम एल्टीट्यूड के बारे में बात करेंगे तो इट डिक्रीजेज विद एन इंक्रीज इन एल्टीट्यूड. जैसे जैसे हाइट बढ़ेगी तो भी प्रेशर क्या होगा, लो होगा. हाइट के साथ भी प्रेशर लो होगा, और जैसे जैसे अगर टेम्परेचर हाई होगा तो भी प्रेशर लो होगा. ओके. थर्ड कंडीशन इज दैट moist air exerts less pressure than dry air. Okay. And why it is going on? So the earth's rotation modifies its distribution. जो अर्थ का रोटेशन होता है वो इसके डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को मॉडिफाई करता है या उसको इफेक्ट करता है. ओके. सो नाउ यू कैन सी हियर, this is the sea level and this is the high pressure area. Okay. And this is the altitude area, this is a low pressure area because here is a less dense air, less air is there. Okay. And here is a, you can see, highly dense air area. So this is highly compressed and it is a high pressure area. Clear? Now come to the another. So now we can see the another picture also. Yes, come to this picture. This is very important to understand the atmospheric pressure and winds. So in this, the atmospheric pressure on the surface of the earth is not the same. So this is due to unequal heating of the atmosphere. Normally the atmospheric pressure should increase from the equator towards the poles, but it is not so. At some places it is modified by the earth's rotation, and there are 7 major pressure belts on earth and these are not continuous. Now you can see in this picture, these are 7 belts in this picture, 7 air pressure belts. This is a subpolar, subtropical, equatorial, subtropical, high pressure zone, subpolar, low pressure and the polar high pressure. So now you can see in the picture where जो एरिया है जहाँ पर जो इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट द टेम्परेचर, वहाँ पे जहाँ पे हाई टेम्परेचर है वहाँ पे कैसा प्रेशर बनेगा, हाई प्रेशर बनेगा. और जहाँ पर हाई प्रेशर है, हाई टेम्परेचर है, वहाँ पर लो प्रेशर बनेगा. और जहाँ पर लो टेम्परेचर है वहाँ पर हाई प्रेशर बनेगा. सो if we talk about the earth, so comes to the equatorial area, just a minute. Yes, so this area receives, I already told you about it, this area receives high solar insolation and that's why this area is very hot. And due to this, क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़्यादा हाई टेम्परेचर और बहुत ज़्यादा सनलाइट जो है रिसीव करता है, that's why this zone is called the low pressure zone because due to the receiving high amount of solar energy or the isolation, जो हवा है it rises upward और उसकी वजह से जो वो वाला एरिया है वो किस जोन में आ जाता है, लो प्रेशर जोन में, क्योंकि एयर क्या है, राइज हो चुकी है, ऊपर को उठ चुकी है और वो एरिया जो है लो प्रेशर जोन में हो जाएगा. देन एक चीज़ और मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी इन दिस टॉपिक कि ये जो इक्वेटोरियल वाला एरिया है, इमेजिन द एयर मूव्स फ्रॉम हियर एंड इट मूव्स लाइक दिस. ओके, एयर turns its direction in the left or the right. Okay, and it again move from in this direction also. Clear? तो ऐसा नहीं है कि यहाँ से ये राइज होकर ये ऊपर उठी अपनी वर्टिकल फॉर्म में एंड अगेन ये हॉरिजॉन्टली मूव करने लगती है. ठीक है, तो हवा जो है, तो ये प्रेशर, ये जोन कैसा बन गया हमारा, ये बन गया हमारा लो प्रेशर जोन, क्योंकि यहाँ से हवा गर्म होकर उठ के इधर चली गई है. तो दीज आर द जोन्स, देन यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड इन बाय दिस पिक्चर ऑल्सो. क्लियर? So in this picture you can see this is a equatorial zone because it receives a high amount of solar energy. तो यहाँ पे जो है बहुत ज़्यादा हाई टेम्परेचर होता है और जिसकी वजह से जो एयर है वो राइज होती है और राइज होके अपना डायरेक्शन इस तरह से चेंज करती है और वापस दूसरे एरिया में चले जाती है. ठीक है, तो वापस ठंडी हो जाती है। अब वापस ठंडी होने की वजह से ये एरिया क्या बन जाएगा, हाई प्रेशर जोन बन जाएगा, ठीक है। फिर से गर्म हुई, फिर लो प्रेशर जोन में हो गया, फिर से गर्म हुई तो वहाँ पे लो प्रेशर जोन बन गया। तो जिस तरह से सनलाइट पड़ेगी उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही यहाँ पे जो हाई प्रेशर और लो प्रेशर जोन जो हैं वो बनते हैं। क्लियर? ओके, चलिए, ओके, कम टू द नेक्स्ट विच इज विंड। विंड को समझ लेते हैं एक बारी। सो एयर ब्लोज फ्रॉम अ हाई प्रेशर रीजन टू अ लो प्रेशर रीजन। एयर दैट मूव्स हॉरिजॉन्टली इज कॉल्ड विंड। मैंने अभी जस्ट आपको बताया कि एयर क्या करती है, हाई प्रेशर जोन से लो प्रेशर जोन की तरफ जो है ब्लो करती है। और कैसा ब्लो करती है, फिर ब्लो करने के बाद वर्टिकली ये जो है राइज होती है एंड देन मूव कर जाती है हॉरिजॉन्टली। क्लियर? सो द एयर ब्लोज फ्रॉम अ हाई प्रेशर रीजन टू अ low pressure region. Air that moves horizontally is called wind, and the vertical movement of air is called air current. So don't be confused about the wind or the air current. Okay, that's good. So wind is named after the direction from which it blows. If the wind blows from the western side, it is called west wind. And due to Earth's rotation, wind is deflected towards the right, right in the northern hemisphere and towards the left in the southern hemisphere. So the speed of the wind also varies greatly. If there is a quick change in atmospheric pressure, it causes the wind to blow fast. And अगर टेम्परेचर जो है कुछ और चेंज आता है तो ये थोड़ा सा जो है स्लो मूव करना स्टार्ट कर देती है, ठीक है। So the direction of the wind is found with the help of the wind vane, or we can measure it by the anemometer. Now you can see the picture of anemometer. Anemometer is a instrument जिससे कि हम जो है measure करते हैं wind के pressure को या wind के direction को। Clear? That's good. So the direction and speed of the wind are never fixed. We can broadly classify winds into three major types: planetary winds, periodic winds, and the local winds also. If we talk about the planetary winds, now you can see in the picture also, these all are the planetary winds. Some are trade winds, westerlies, and polar winds also. Okay, so the now you can see the northeast trade and the southeast trade winds. Now the blue color winds are this one. Just a minute. These are the westerlies, blue color winds, okay, and the northeast trade winds, you can see the black one. These are the northeast trade winds, okay, and these are the polar winds, and some are trajectory of dust storms also. So these three types of winds are the main winds, and how they influence the climate and how they control the climate. So we will learn about it in the हमारा जो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक होगा उसमें हम लोग बात करेंगे। क्लियर? सो नाउ हाउ दे फॉर्म्ड वो हम समझ लेते हैं। सो दीज विंड्स ओरिजिनेट ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ परमानेंट हाई प्रेशर एंड लो प्रेशर बेल्ट्स ऑन द surface of the earth, which is we already discussed. Clear? And if we talk about the periodic winds, so these winds blow in a definite direction during a particular period of the day or year, like sea breeze or the land breeze. So in this topic, I think this is enough for today, and in my next video or in the next class we will discuss about the another factor or the factors which influence the climate, okay, climate of India. So till then, take care and bye bye.